Hello guys.
Hi.
Yo!
Hey, how you doing?
So can you introduce yourself?
Sure, I'll start.
Start there.
My name is Jack Wall. I'm the co-creator along with Tommy of Video Games Live, also the conductor of the show.
My name's Tomy Tallarico. I've been a video game composer for over 20 years and also creator of the show along with Jack. And I also host the show and play some guitar in there as well.
Hi, my name is Martin Leung. I'm a solo pianist for Video Games Live. Okay. And I also play classical music and video game music.
Okay, so how did the Video Games Live concerts begin?
Well, being video game composers for many years, I think one of our goals in creating Video Games Live was we wanted to prove to the world how culturally significant and artistic video games have become. So our goal is really to create a show for everybody, not just for hardcore gamers, but to really, showcase the whole video game industry. So, Video Games Live isn't just classical musicians on stage playing video game music. It's so much more than that. What makes it really unique and special is that everything is completely synchronized to massive video screens and interactivity with the crowd and special effects and synchronized rock and roll lighting. And I kind of like to explain Video Games Live as having all the power and emotion of a symphony orchestra, but combined with the energy and excitement of a rock concert, mixed together with all the cutting-edge visuals, interactivity, fun, and technology that video games provide.
And whose idea was it?
We came up with it together back in 2002, so we've been doing this for about 7-8 years. And we did our first concerts in 2005 because we had to go to all the game companies and say, hey, we'd like to put a concert of music from your games in the show. And when you're talking to people like the people who created Space Invaders and stuff like that, there's, what? You want to do what with our music?
They all thought we were crazy.
They don't even know who wrote their music in the 70s and 80s. So, it was a little tough to do at first. But once we've done about 150 shows all over the world. And we've been in over 14 countries. And I can tell you, people love video games no matter where we go. But I think we're doing pretty well here in France. So we're looking to come back here for many years.
How could you be sure that gamers wanted to go to something like the Video Games Live concerts?
I just wanted to see them leave their house. I thought that would be a good idea to try to get gamers out of their house. It would be like a community service that we could provide to the world. Get people. They're so white, and we need to get them some sunshine and things like that. So
About the music in video games, is it so special that people want to go to hear that?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, it's not. Again, we didn't create the show just for gamers. We created it for everyone, and a lot of our audience, are people who've never played a video game before, and they come to the show and they have such a bigger appreciation for video games after seeing the show. We'll get a lot of emails and letters after a performance saying from parents or maybe grandparents who brought their kids to the grandkids to the symphony or whatever, and they'll say, wow, I never knew that video game music was this emotional and that the characters and the storylines are so incredible and the graphics are so beautiful. I get it. Now I know why my kids or grandkids are so much into video games. Thank you for helping to open my eyes. Because the reality is that gamers know how great the music to Halo is and know how amazing Final Fantasy is. So obviously they come out and they enjoy it. But it's a very emotional time for a lot of gamers as well. When we play things like Mario and Zelda, people tell us all the time after the show, like, I was crying. I was crying during Zelda, A lot of times we'll get something like somebody saying, when I was at your show, it brought me back to my childhood. And I can remember playing Mario with my father when I was a young child, and he passed away a few years ago, and it gave me all these happy memories and feelings, and thank you. So there's so much emotion that goes on during the show. It's a big community thing of people celebrating the entire video game industry, gamers and non-gamers, casual gamers, hardcores.
I love it when parents will say something like, I finally understand why my kid plays video games. That's one of the greatest things I hear at the end of a show. And also, wow, I've never heard any of this music, but it's all so amazing. The music is so great. I mean, my brother came to see us for the first time just last month in near Atlanta, Georgia, in the U.S., and he said, you know, the thing that amazed me about your show is how great all this music is that I've never heard before. It's really amazing music.
And how do you decide which music you're going to play?
Oh, it's our toughest job.
Yeah.
We've actually created over 60 segments for Video Games Live over the last 5 years of touring, but we can only play about 18 or 20 of them a night. So we're always changing the show. And in fact, over the 150 shows we've done, we've never played the same show twice. It's always been different. So, you know, last year, what we'll do is we'll talk to a lot of the local game journalists, you know, in that area when we go to a country for the first time. For example, when we came last year, we found out that here in France, Monkey Island is a popular game. So, you know, we had Martin over there put together a Monkey Island arrangement for the piano, which we debuted here in France. You know, obviously, you know, sometimes we'll structure it around if there's a developer in the area. For example, I'm a huge fan of the game Beyond Good and Evil, which was done, you know, right here in France, and you know, Ubisoft title. And so we had the composer Christophe Herral and the creator of the game come out and presented a Beyond Good and Evil segment. And so, yeah, so a lot of times it has to do with that. And then this year when we come back, though, we look at what we did last year and we change it up and add a whole bunch of other things. But, you know, there are still some staples that you have to play. You know,
You have to play Mario.
Mario, Zelda, Halo, Warcraft, Final Fantasy, you know, from there. But we'll change that up. Each year the show gets different as well. For example, last year we only had one screen. This year we have more lighting. We have HD cameras. We have 3 screens now. We have more special effects. And so all that stuff kind of, you know, each year, even if you've seen the show before, you come back and it's a whole brand new experience.
Martin, when did you decide to join those guys, and how did you begin your career in music?
Well, I first started playing piano around age of 4, and I studied private lessons in piano, and I joined Video Games Live since its first show, the Hollywood Bowl, in 2005.
How did they find you?
It was really by an unexpected way. I made a video of myself playing Super Mario Brothers, and the first piece was playing with a blindfold on. And I had no expectations, really no intention of how many people around the world would see the video, and I was really surprised that so many people saw the video. And eventually, one day I was contacted to play in the show, and I enjoyed the experience, and it's
I
really
think
cool.
I emailed him.
You saw the video?
I saw the video. I emailed Martin at his website, and he wrote me back, and find out that we lived right down the street from each other. You live like 10 minutes away, and so we met. And I met with his family, and you know, brought him in the show, and we put together some piano arrangements. We all worked together, and he's just amazingly talented person. He's unbelievable. He's on a different level. He's crazy.
Well, thank you for being here.
All right.
Thank you very much.